show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Baltimore Orioles wrap up their Grapefruit League play in Florida as they take on the Atlanta Braves. Welcome back, folks. We are almost there, and there are so many pieces of news to go over. Some exciting, some a little bit worrisome, but you just got to take it for what it is. But, we got some things to go over. I really don't know where to begin. I just know I got to be quiet. Shh. We'll talk about that, too, if you know what I mean. So welcome to my channel, folks. My name's BW, a.k.a. the BirdWatcher. My laptop's showing up on the screen a little bit. This channel is dedicated to covering live Orioles baseball, play-by-play and commentary for all Orioles baseball games. This is the second season of the channel. The first season, I put my money where my mouth is. I called all 162 games postseason and any spring training game that was on TV. Same's happened so far this spring, except for one bad night where my alarm clock didn't go off. It was a game against the Pirates. We've seen them play like 5 times already this spring. So if there was one to miss, that might have been the right one. Either way, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're an Orioles fan or a fan of baseball in general, then consider subscribing to this channel because it's a good one. I call a pretty good game, and the Orioles are a pretty exciting team to follow. You can do that right now. Hell, the next subscriber will make it number 2350. That's sort of a round number. Let's get one more subscriber in here today. If not, several more. All right. Gosh, where do I start? I guess let's start with our probably most important player on the team, Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson is on the 7-day injured list. He's gone on it today, which means he is going to miss the first at least 4 games of the season. We're shooting for probably Monday opening day at home against Boston. Excuse me. Wow. Boy, my throat is scratchy. Hold on a second. A little Red Bull never hurt. All right. Gunnar Henderson, folks, unfortunately, will not start on opening day and will probably not be ready until the series against the Red Sox starting next Monday. Still scratchy. I apologize. But we're gonna figure out a way to at least split the series against the Blue Jays, I would hope. If you can take a 4-game series on the road against a division opponent with a split, considering your best player is not available, I think you probably take that. But what else is going on? Jorge Mateo has not... oh, wow. Just give me a second to fully get everything out. Hold on a second. I don't want to be too loud clearing my throat. All right, so Jorge Mateo has not been ruled out of making the opening day roster. So we're wondering who's going to take that. We were under the impression Mateo would not be ready and that Gunnar Henderson might be, and who might take that spot for Mateo between a player like Livan Soto or Vimael Machine. Well, it could be Mateo, and it could be one of Machine or Soto that's going to fill in for Gunnar Henderson for a few days. Cade Povich has officially made the rotation. I am so happy about this news because if you heard me talking yesterday, Rock Kubatko, an Oriole beat writer, he had made an observation that, you know, would make one deduce that he thought Cade Povich was not going to make the rotation that Albert Suarez would. But indeed, Cade Povich, like I predicted a week ago, folks, if you're on my Discord, a lot of this news I'm going to give you today, I predicted it last week. All right, so this is the sound of me patting myself on the back. Thank you. Cade Povich will start the home opener next Monday against the Red Sox. He'll also be pitching tomorrow's game against the Nationals as his final tune-up. Okay? Today, Charlie Morton will start the game. Dean Kramer is also going to see some time on the mound in his final tune-up. They will be the 3 and 4 starters in the rotation. Or, excuse me, Kramer. Morton will pitch game 2. Kramer and then Sugano are your 3 and 4 starters. It is not yet determined which is third and which is fourth. Cade Povich, again, your number 5, which puts him on game 5 against the Red Sox next Monday. Also pitching today, Felix Bautista, which good news for him. This is probably the last bit of news that's come across the pipeline about half an hour ago. Felix Bautista will be on the opening day roster for the Orioles.
Mountain, this is what it's all about.
That's right, folks. It's what it's all about. The Mountain is ready and will be on the Orioles opening day roster. So that means if the Orioles go into the 9th inning on opening day with a lead of 3 runs or less, the Mountain's going to close that game. Exciting stuff. Okay. Let's get to the starting lineups and pitching matchup for today. On the mound, again, Charlie Morton will start for Baltimore. For the Braves, for the 3rd straight day, the Orioles are facing one of the toughest pitchers in baseball. A fellow by the name of Spencer Strider, right-hander. You might have heard of him. This guy strikes out, I don't know, about 13 and a half batters per 9. About half the outs this guy makes is via the strikeout. He's a tough cookie. He will begin the game for the Braves. Again, we're at the stage of the spring now where the starters aren't really going out there trying to pitch 5 innings and build up their pitch count. They're just getting in one more turn. Just stay loose, stay fresh. They'll probably throw a little bit on the side before their first start of the season. So we'll see a couple of innings from each of these guys. And let's take a look at the lineups here. What do we got? I don't have it in front of me. And it is now 1 o'clock. Here we go. All right, so this game is taking place at the Braves ballpark, Cool Today Park. I have no idea what that is. Cool Today, I'm assuming, is some kind of company that didn't exist a decade ago when I last lived in the States. But that's the name of the park. Kind of a modern-looking ballpark for a spring training stadium. Probably one of the newer spring training parks out there. And this is located in Northport, Florida. That's Cool Today Park. Cool with a C, because they're not that cool where they have a K. Cool Today Park. That sounds like a water park, like where you go to cool off on a hot day. But anyway, we know there's only one water park in Major League Baseball, and that's in Camden Yards. It's called the Splash Zone. All right, here are your starting lineups. For the Orioles, leading off and playing left field, Colton Cowser. Batting second and doing the catching, Adley Rutschman. Ryan O'Hearn will hit third and be the DH. Ryan Mountcastle is the cleanup hitter and playing first base. Tyler O'Neill down in the fifth spot in right field. Ced Mullins behind him in the sixth spot playing center. Ramon Urias, who will probably be in the opening day lineup with Gunnar Henderson now ruled out. He's at third base batting seventh. Jackson Holliday will hit eighth and play shortstop, where he will probably be on opening day. And then Jorge Mateo, again, trying to make the opening day roster. He's in the lineup today, playing second base and batting ninth. For the Braves, Jerickson Profar. This is the outfielder I was kind of wanting us to go after as an Anthony Santander replacement. He has landed with the Braves. He's a switch hitter, playing left field, and he will lead off for Atlanta. Austin Riley will bat second and play third base. Matt Olson is at first base hitting third. Marcelo Zuna is the DH and cleanup hitter. Michael Harris II is in center field batting fifth. Ozzie Albies, switch hitting second baseman, hits sixth. Batting seventh, right fielder Jared Kelenic. Orlando Arcia is at shortstop batting eighth. And finally, hitting ninth and doing the catching, Chadwick Tromp. All right. It is a couple of minutes past the hour, which means first pitch is just a few minutes away. I don't have the game up yet, so for now, stand by. Let me cook, as the kids say. All right? I'm cooking. I'm cooking like Kay over here. All right, there's the game. Now I just got to click off of this stuff, and then maybe we'll be on our way. Final game in Florida, at least for the spring. Obviously, we'll come back to play the Rays at the Yankee Spring Training Stadium. That's their home field this season. And we'll play a few games in Miami against the Marlins, facing the likes of Kyle Stowers and Connor Norby, no doubt. Maybe we'll have Trevor Rogers ready by then. Okay, looks like I got the game ready here. Do I have volume on this? I didn't last night. By the way, my computer, as you are aware if you were following along with me yesterday, my backup computer, the computer that got me through season 1 of this channel, yes, the AC power cord is still a problem, but right now I've got it rigged up, and as long as I don't touch anything, famous last words, at least for another day, we'll get through this ball game. All right, Charm City chat. How the heck are you guys? Are you guys ready for opening day? It's so close. It sucks that Gunnar Henderson's not going to be ready, but the fact of the matter is it's just a few games, and we want him to be ready, right? We don't want to rush him back. No, we don't want to rush him back. All right, who's here? Let me say hello to David, my good friend David, Benny Jets, Mazzo, Matt, Chilo, Parkery, Douglas. Is that everybody? How are you guys doing? Somebody was in the chat yesterday. I think Dan is his name. Dan, if you're around, don't be afraid to say hi. I noticed looking back at yesterday's broadcast, as I often do for technical reasons mostly, just to see how things are working and sounding, I noticed, oh, there's Dan in the chat, and Dan was very active in the chat, and I never acknowledged him, and I feel bad about it because Dan was a regular last season. I want him to be again this season. I hope he didn't think I was giving him the old shaft. Of course, that's not the case, folks. I'm just terrible at keeping up appearances or what have you. So we're going to flip on over here, and I'll get this scoreboard adjusted once this game goes live. Here's a look at the field here for the Braves. It is a nice spring training ballpark. Here's Spencer Strider picking up the ball off the mound as the Braves take the field. Yeah, this guy, since the start of 2023, he's made 34 starts, which is basically a full season plus a couple of extra starts. 293 strikeouts. So let's just shave off, let's say, 25 of those strikeouts for those couple of extra starts. That's like 280 strikeouts. And I mean, this guy is really tough to hit. Spent most of last or all of last year out with a major arm injury, and so this is his comeback season. All right, have I gone over all the notes? Let me check real quick. Felix Bautista is going to make the opening day. Cade Povich is our number 5. Dean Kramer and Sagano, the 3 and 4. Not sure which. Kramer, Bowman, Bautista, and Morton will all pitch today. Albert Suarez will be in the bullpen. If I didn't make that known, that should probably be something to just figure out by all the other news. And, yeah. All right, we're ready for opening. We're ready for opening day. We are ready for opening day, right? We're ready for baseball here today as Colton Cowser stepping up to the plate, folks. Let's get some moves in the chat. We are ready for afternoon baseball against Atlanta. And let's see if my neighbor's ready for this. Oh, boy. Won't you be, please won't you be my neighbor? First pitch of the ball game is called a strike. Looked a little bit low to me, to be honest, but catcher brought it up and got the call. We are underway here. 0-1 pitch is low. 1-1 the count. Baltimore wearing their orange jersey tops with gray pants. Braves wearing that, I guess, would you call it a navy blue top with the white pants. Here's a swing and a miss by Cowser. Makes it a ball and 2 strikes. Leading off the ball game here. There's Dan. Dan. Oh, I see. Hey there, BW, no problem. See, even when I try to say it, swing and a miss. Cowser goes down. And there's your first of probably many strikeouts. Well, I say many. Strider's probably not going to pitch more than a couple of innings, but this is what you expect. Just a lot of movement on that pitch. Breaking from the outside corner, mid-high, and then went low and in on him. Here's Adley Rutschman.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
He takes a pitch a little bit high for ball 1. Adley Rutschman has had a fantastic spring. Fantastic spring by anybody's measure. Oh, yeah, I need to get that scoreboard up and running here. Next pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. 359 the average for Rutschman in the spring. I believe he has 3 home runs. And at least 2 of those went to the opposite field, maybe all 3. 2 of them I got to see with me own eyes. 2 balls, 1 strike. Base is empty, 1 out. Just getting started here. And yeah, let me adjust that scoreboard for you. This pitch is popped up and out of play. Kind of leaving up at 2-2. I'm going to take you over here for a minute so I can do a little bit of maintenance here. All right, that should work. 2-2 pitch, swung on and hit to the opposite field. That ball is going to drop in front of the left fielder for a base hit. Adley Rutschman doing exactly what we want to see. Hanging in there with 2 strikes, reaching out and serving a tough pitch into the opposite field for a base hit. Man, that looks really, really good. This is what you want to do against a pitcher like Spencer Strider. We all remember how Adley Rutschman behaved in the second half last season. He probably would have tried to uppercut swing and hit a ball out of the yard against a pitcher like this, and that's really not the best strategy. You want to just try to make contact, hit the ball where it's pitched. Here is Ryan O'Hearn, folks.
Fight.
Whoop.
Fight's on. Let's turn and burn.
Ryan O'Hearn, first pitch is a strike. And make it 1-1 now. Strider from the stretch, and the pitch, that was lined foul off to the left. A ball and 2 strikes on Ryan O'Hearn, whose spring started pretty slow, but he's been picking things up in this last week. I think he'll be ready to go. 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball that stayed upstairs for ball 3. Full count now, folks. First bugle of the day. I'm really happy Povich made it into the rotation, too. Pitch, low and in. Did I say it was 3-2? I might have said it. If I did, I'm sorry. It is 3-2 now. Unfortunately, I'm watching a broadcast where the balls and strikes are at the very bottom left corner of the screen, and that's sort of where my other laptop is blocking my view. So I can't really see. Here's a line drive, hit hard but foul off to the right by O'Hearn. Still a full count. 1 out, runner at first. Payoff pitch from Strider is swung on and missed, and that was a nasty pitch. Lower outside quadrant. If it was a strike, it was right on the edge. Too close to take, though, for O'Hearn. He really didn't have much of a chance, maybe other than to foul it away. So 2 outs in the inning, and to no surprise, they are both strikeouts. Here is Ryan Mountcastle, folks.
Okay, mount up.
And he takes a cut and a miss. Ryan Mountcastle has been red hot. He's among the league leaders in the spring in terms of home runs and RBI, and a lot of it coming in the span of about a week. There's a called strike. 0-2 the count on Ryan O'Hearn. 2 down. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Trump, the catcher. Here comes the 1-2, and that's a check swing. It looks like Mountie went the appeal, and they did not go. Okay. Happy with that call. I thought he had gone. At bat continues with a 2-2 count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. That looked like a slider breaking low and away. No chance for Mountcastle. Strider strikes out the side. Rutschman works in a opposite field hit. So we get a little something off of Strider. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Orioles nothing and the Braves coming up. How you doing, everybody? You know what? Today might be a day for the hat. I'm not happy with my hair. My hair looks... I don't know. Something's not right. My head looks too much like a peanut. Oh, what do you think? What do you think, Charm City chat? I know it's not a good head of hair. But, I don't know. What do we think? Should I go for it? Is this a waste of the hat's powers? I don't know. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I can dig that. Can you dig that? I knew that you could. I wish we had a pitcher like Spencer Strider. Yeah. There's just not a whole lot of them out there, are there? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of them out there. Man, oh man, I know. It really is. I mean, it's just so difficult for pitchers to stay healthy. Again, I couldn't believe what I read yesterday when the statistic was mentioned that only 7 pitchers in the past 4 seasons have made 30 starts in each of those 4 seasons. 7 guys that basically have stayed healthy for 4 years. One of them is about to throw the first pitch of the bottom of the inning here. It's Charlie Morton, and that first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. 2. Who we got? Who are you? Jerks and Profar, of course. Called strike, belt high. Count even up at 1-1. Oh, yeah, Otani. I'll call his agent, see if he's interested. Pitch. Outside, 2-1. We'll defer some money for you, Shohei. How's that sound? We'll even get you an interpreter that won't try to commit identity theft. We'll do all the stuff. Oh, this pitch looked pretty good. Profar reacting as if it was inside, and I think the umpire missed that call. Pitch, swung on, hit on the ground, second base on a bounce. Over to first, Mateo. Mountcastle receives it, and there's your first out here for Cade. Charlie Morton. So it's Arias at third, Holiday at short, Mateo at second, Mountie at first, Rutschman behind the plate. And in the outfield, you got, what do you got? O'Neill in right, Mullins in center, and Cowser in left. All right. Austin Riley takes a first pitch strike. This guy's a really good hitter, but had a pretty down season last year compared to 2023. That was the case for a lot of Braves hitters. They had a almost historic, well, at least in some statistical areas, they did have a historic season as an offense. This ball's hit down the right field line. It is going to be out of reach of a hustling Ryan Mountcastle, who at the last second just stuck his glove out in desperation, but the ball dropped out of reach. It'll be a foul ball. Austin Riley, yeah, he had a pretty down year last year. Of course, Ronald Acuna Jr. was out for most of the year. Matt Olson had a down year. So this Braves offense, if they get back to what they were looking like a couple of years ago, they're one of the very best in baseball. And this pitch is high to Riley. I made a prediction to a colleague of mine that I feel like the Orioles offense swing in a foul ball. I think the Orioles offense is going to be the second best offense in baseball. If we're talking, I'm going to measure that in terms of team OPS. Swinging a soft ground ball to short. Holiday up with it over to first and just gets it there in time. Holiday just sort of flinging the ball over there. Doesn't have a whole lot of zip on that throw. But he gets it there in time, 2 away. I've forgotten what I was talking about. Oh, in terms of our offense, yeah. I put us ahead of the Braves. Acuna is going to be out for the first 6 weeks of the season, so he's going to miss at least a month, maybe a month and a half. So you're talking about 25% of the season he's out already. I know how dynamic of a player he is. Matt Olson at the plate, and there's a beautiful breaking ball in the outside corner there by Morton. Oh, that's what we signed him for. Really nice pitch, dotted on the outside corner. And here's a weak ground ball to second. Mateo's got it on the lip of the outfield grass, throws it to first in time, and Charlie Morton has himself a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning against this Braves offense. These are their guys. This is a dress rehearsal. Profar, Riley, and Olson all retired pretty easily. We go to the second inning, no score. So, yeah, I'm predicting if we're going to measure it by team OPS, that's on base plus slugging percentage, I'm going to put the Orioles as the second best in baseball. Could be the best. I'm going to guess the Dodgers are probably going to win that title. So, saying that isn't really going out on a limb, but I think saying that the Orioles will have the second best is going out on a bit of a limb. I think a lot of people would say it's not Baltimore. It's maybe it's the Mets now with Soto. Maybe it's the Yankees, even though they've got some issues. Maybe it's these Braves. I think it's Baltimore. Top to bottom, soup to nuts. There's just not a whole lot of holes in the lineup. I think where it's going to make it, I think where we're going to make or break whether or not this team has a good offense versus an elite offense is how we perform against left-handed pitching. We were a bit weak in that regard last season. You know, we got a pretty left-handed heavy hitting lineup that's not really built to face lefties, but that's why we went out and got some of these right-handed batters like we did, like Laureano and Sanchez. If those guys can put up nice numbers against lefties, Tyler O'Neill should do. He's one of the best against lefties. In fact, look at him. He's up right now to hit. Good timing. Tyler O'Neill takes off the plate outside for ball one.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
Stay healthy, my friend. Stay healthy. Good, healthy amount of eye black being worn today by O'Neill on a day that doesn't appear to be all that sunny. You got to love it. This pitch is a little bit outside from Strider. Man, it's going to be hard to keep the pitch count on track. Why can't they have it in the upper corner of the screen Why has it got to be at the very bottom? I can't see. That is ball 4, folks. Strider issues a leadoff walk to our boy, Popeye.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
And that'll get Ced Mullins up to the plate, batting pretty high in the order here.
Well said, now you know what to do.
He's hitting just 146 on the spring. First pitch is a bit outside by an inch, maybe 2. This umpire not just giving this very established star pitcher any breaks on the edges here. Check swing by Mullins, and he could not hold up. And the count even at 1-1.
Swear to God. I've got a lousy neighbor that lives next to me. He won't leave me alone. Apparently I make too much noise, so his idea of responding to that is by making noise. I'll give him the old heave-ho.
Oh, sorry. I spaced out. Pitch to Mullins is a foul tip at the plate.
This guy.
So you probably would like to know, BW, how did you handle that situation with your neighbor last night? Sounds like things got a little bit hairy. Pitch to Mullins is in there for a strike, and Ced goes down looking for the first out here in the top of the second. Well, I woke up today. The weather was great. And, I live a couple of miles away from the Gulf of Thailand where the beaches are. Went on down early before things got busy. Went to the beach, before the sun got too high in the sky and got too hot. As Ramon Arias fouls a pitch straight back. Ramon.
I have a brother.
And I sat there with my feet curled in the sand, just trying to soak up the surroundings. And I reached into my bag and got a Ziploc bag. And I took some of the sand and put it in the bag as Arias swings and misses. Wanted to take some of that beach sand home with me. Put it in a Ziploc bag. Came back. Here comes the next pitch to Ramon Arias. And that is on the outside edge, but not called a strike. I tell you, this ump got a tight zone. I mean, that looked like a perfectly placed pitch on the outside corner. This umpire. Surely there's no challenge system at this ballpark because we would have seen it challenged by now. And the cameraman is just showing us the ump in a close-up. You know what that means. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, and Arias gets into it. Left center field. Going back. Warning track. And that ball is gone! Bye-bye birdie. Ramon Arias touches up Spencer Strider. Get out of here, folks.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. Believe in magic.
Folks, a 2-run shot by Ramon Arias. And guess what? That knocks Spencer Strider out of the ball game. With 1 out here in the second, Atlanta goes to the pen. And what's this? What's this I see?
Message for you, son. Message for you, son.
It's $1 for a dinger. Coming in from David in France. Thank you so much, David. It's $1 for a dinger. And what a dinger it was for Ramon Arias to take Strider deep to left center field. I mean, he That was not a cheapie at all. $1 for a dinger. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Yeah, so to wrap up my little story, I returned home from the beach with my Ziploc bag of sand, walked up to my floor, walked up to the door before mine, i.e. my neighbor, set the bag of sand down in front of his door and left a note that said, "Next time, pound this." Since I did that, I got a knock on my door from the house lady. House lady asked if I could maybe be a little quieter. I said, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. She's like, he's going to be gone on the 6th of next month. On the 6th. He's gone on the 6th. I'm like, okay. I'll do my best. He's leaving on the 6th. I'm like, okay. So the way she just kept telling me the day he's leaving lets me know that she cares more about me than she does about this guy. And I've got a proposal for my neighbor. Because the rent here is so affordable, and you've only got 2 weeks left of your month's stay, I'm willing to pay for the rest of your rent for you to take a hike and go find somewhere else to stay. Go find you some peace and quiet for cheaper than this. And might I recommend a city that isn't known for its nightlife and constant 24/7 activity, you moron. Here's Jackson Holiday, and he fouls a pitch back. Christ. Wait, we already got oh, that's right. So we've got a new pitcher out here. Griswold. All right, folks. Holiday Road indeed. And here's a line drive base hit by Holiday into right center field. Holiday off of Griswold. Folks, it's like a John Hughes movie in here. Turn on the faucet. Holiday off Griswold. Woo! All right, Jorge Mateo takes a pitch inside. But they're not in Chicago. Well, they do a lot of vacationing, don't they, Bartman? I've heard they've got the reputation for taking trips places. Maybe they... National Lampoon Spring Training Vacation. Here's a fly ball by Mateo to straightaway center field. Harris is there for the catch. 2 down. Hey, kids, you noticing all this plight? All right, that's it. Roll them up. All right, back to the top of the order, folks. It's the milkman, and he takes a called strike. I wish I had a neighbor like Cleveland, but I don't. This pitch is up and away to Cowser. Cowser's my pick for biggest jump in production, even though typically we talk about sophomore slumps. Here's a ground ball to second, and Albies will soft toss it to first for the final out. Cowser retired. But the Orioles, hey, how about a two-run homer from Ramon Urias off of Spencer Strider, folks. Strider I hardly know her. Get it?
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
On to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Baltimore. How you doing? Yeah, so the dude narked on me. He narked on me to the house lady. I mean, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. This is the kind of guy that you just know. Like, if you're sitting next to him on an airplane, he's complaining about, like, where your elbow is or the music in your earbuds are too loud. Or, oh, by the way, speaking of earbuds, hey, sir, might I suggest earplugs? You know, you could do something on your end. Oh, boy. I don't know. Should I be over this by now? Why am I so pink? Is this lighting correct? What are we looking at here? Well, now I'm blue. Now I'm on fire. All right, I guess this is right. This is the best you can do. Come on, folks. Hey, is there anybody here new? Have you not subscribed? Let's test this live sub count thing and try to get the 2350. In fact, I'm even going to ask for any of you out there that is subscribed. If you got a second account, sub up that account. Let's do a test. Can this number go to 2350 live? I gotta know. It has hardly moved during games in the season. All right, here we go in the bottom half of the second. And the first pitch to Marcell Ozuna is low for ball one. Didn't look all that low. Next pitch is called a strike on the outside edge. And boy, I tell you, that's the same spot Strider didn't get a call a couple of times in the previous half inning. Morton gets it, though. No complaints from me. Pitch. Hit on the ground, and that's going to be through the hole on the right side with the shift on. Big hole. And Ozuna finds it for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the second. Hey, BW, get the neighbor on the other side of your troublesome neighbor to bang on the wall. Oh, you mean that? So like 2 doors down, get that neighbor to do something? Here's a pitch up and away to Michael Harris, the second. I've always wondered why somebody goes with the second versus just good old-fashioned junior. But, you know, I'm not judging. Like, how strange would it be to refer to Cal Ripken Jr. as Cal Ripken the second? That just sounds a little too much like royalty to me. Swing and a miss. Next pitch. Is that how it works? Yeah, Cal is royalty, isn't he? Calvin Ripken II, the Sun King. Pitch. Here's a check swing foul ball. And the count now 2-2 on Harris. That makes sense. A different middle name, so you're not technically a junior because there's a slight discrepancy, but you're still the second Harris. And there's a line drive base hit by Harris in his center field. Back-to-back hits off of Morton to begin the bottom half of the inning here. So the Braves looking to rally after the Orioles put up a 2-spot in the top half of the inning. Let's see what Morton can do with a jam. 2 on, nobody out, and Ozzie Albies due up next. Switch hitter batting from the left side. First pitch to him is a breaking ball and a beauty on the outside corner from Morton. Strike 1. Next pitch is hit in the air left center field. This is trouble. That ball is going to get down and bounce off the base of the wall. Ozuna will score. And that'll be it for now. It's going to be second and third with a run in now. Still nobody out. And 3 hard hit balls in a row off of Morton. Yikes. Just when we were feeling good about getting the Strider, the Braves have gotten to Morton here. Lucky that ball stayed in the park. 2-1 now, and the Braves are set up nicely to, at minimum, tie, if not take the lead. Second and third, nobody out. Jared Kelenic up at the plate, and he goes the opposite field, but it's foul. Strike 1. Yeah, Leonard, everything I've ever heard of anyone that's had the pleasure of meeting Cal Sr. has had similar reports. This ball is stroked into right center field for a base hit. Another run is in. Here comes 2. It's a 2-run single for Jared Kelenic, and Charlie Morton has given up 4 straight hits. And the Braves have jumped ahead 3-2 just like that. Man, Morton. Yikes. 4 straight hard hit balls. Orlando Arcia takes low. Morton on 28 pitches right now. Hey, folks, look at that.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Pitch is low to Arcia.
I offer you the opportunity to join me in glorious battle.
All right, so 2350. Welcome in, 2350. You're a bird watcher. How does it feel? Your life has changed. Here's a swing and a miss. A really hard swing by Arcia, taking him off balance. Runner at first. Still nobody out in the inning, right? Just 4 straight hard hit balls off Morton. There goes the runner. Throw down. It's right on, and it is on the money. See you later, Jared Kelenic. He's caught trying to steal. I have the steal button.
Meep, meep.
What do you do when you throw a guy out? Let's do this.
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right. Well, if you can't pitch him out, maybe you can pick him off. Here's a slow roller. This is a swinging bunt. And really, the third baseman shouldn't have even tried to throw that ball. Should have just put it in his pocket. Ramon Arias trying to field a swinging bunt by Arcia. He will reach. So even a ball not hit hard, and Morton is just not having a good day here, not having a good inning. All right, it's the number 9 hitter now, Chadwick Tromp, the one guy in the lineup that you would hope is an automatic out. We need one right here. Maybe a ground ball. Pitch low to him, and he's fallen behind Tromp. This pitch is fouled away. 2 balls, 1 strike on Chadwick Tromp. Morton is this year's Kimbrel. Oh, Calvin, let's not. Not yet. Let's not. Not yet. Not yet. Not saying you're wrong. Not saying that eventually you won't be right, but oh, I think Morton will give us a few good starts. Come on, man. Here comes the pitch upstairs. That's ball 3 to Tromp. Full count. How is he our number 2? Oh, boy. Here we go. Here comes the sky's falling. The sky's falling, folks. You know, I really thought Strider was a good pitcher till he gave up that 2-run bomb to Ramon Arias. There's a ball hit to right field. Gonna go foul. My goodness. I'm more worried about a 8-pitch at bat to Chadwick Tromp. I mean, can we get this guy out? Nice panoramic view of the ballpark there. Another payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Good Lord, we'll do it again. And Morton does need to get out of there. I mean, he's thrown more pitches than Strider did. The next one will be number 40. I got a feeling this is going to be his last batter, regardless of the outcome. Pitch. That's a called strike 3. Morton finally gets the number 9 batter out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Whew. It's like pulling teeth. Back to the top of the order. Jurickson Profar, runner at first. 3-2 Braves. And this pitch is low and in. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Orioles scored 2 in the top half of the inning. Braves with 3 in the bottom half. It was a nice lead while it lasted. And I was wrong, because Morton is still out here pitching, trying to get that final out. Here's a swing and a miss. Looks like the scoreboard is still showing the at-bat with Chadwick Tromp. It got stuck after so many pitches. Next one to Profar's line foul. Man, he hit that one really hard, but out in front. All right, Charlie, one more strike, buddy. Let's get out of this nonsense. Pitch. Breaking ball, tapped foul. And another pitch coming. Yeah, the reason I thought that Profar was the guy to replace switch hitter, love to have that. On base percentage last year was very, very good. Like 350, 355 range, which is 40 points higher than Tony and about 30 points higher than O'Neill. You know, what you lose is elite power numbers. Here's a ball hit on the ground a second. Should end the inning. Mateo has it over to first. And this inning ends. Charlie Morton gives up 4 straight hits to put 3 runs on the board for the Braves. They take a 2-0 Orioles lead, and they have squashed it. It's now 3-2 Atlanta as we head to the 3rd inning. Yeah, I just think Profar, you know, we've got enough power, I feel, on the team. We're hitting enough home runs. If anything, maybe we're a little too trying to hit home runs. But I think the number one thing that Mike Elias sees in a player is a person who hits the ball hard frequently. Profar had a great year last year. And it's not like he doesn't hit the ball hard ever. But Tyler O'Neill is like one of those guys where when he makes contact, it gets hit very, very hard. And I guess the philosophy is if you got a lineup where every guy hits the ball really hard, you're gonna put up runs. You know, you're gonna make it really tough. But we're probably the most balanced offense on paper, but some guys are trying to hit home runs too much. Definitely second half last year. I'm hoping again. Like that should be what is talked about. Like in a meeting with a hitting coach is like, look, guys, all of you here right now are elite power hitters. Like you guys can slug. You guys have extra base hits in you. Doesn't always have to be a home run. As long as you hit the ball hard off the bat, just let the ball do what it's going to do. It's going to leave the yard a lot. Maybe not in every at-bat you want it to, but just you know, hit the ball hard. Everything will take care of itself. Adley Rutschman is up to lead off the top of the 3rd, and Spencer Strider is back out there. Okay, so it's one of those situations. Strider is back out here to get a few more batters in, and he throws a breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1 the count to Rutschman.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Adley 1 for 1 with a base hit to the opposite field back in the 1st. Pitch low and in, 2-1. Yeah, how about that no-hitter yesterday, folks? It was so exciting, and I was on the edge of my seat that I didn't even realize it was a no-hitter until somebody told me after the final out. There's a called strike on the outside edge from Strider. Rutschman up here leading off the top of the 3rd inning. Here comes the next one. Popped up. Left side. Long run into foul ground and out of reach of Austin Riley and Jerickson Profar. A lot of foul ground here. More than your typical modern major league park. Especially now that the Athletics no longer play at the Oakland Coliseum, which had more foul ground than fair ground, it seemed. This pitch is hit in the air left center. Going back on it and misplaying it out there is Profar. Rutschman is going to get to second base. The cameraman was on the wrong fielder. He was focused on center field. By the time the camera panned over, the ball was dropping out of the glove of Profar, and he just flat out dropped it, folks. That ball was right there in the open webbing, and he did not secure it. That should be an error. That should absolutely be an error. And it is. That's a 2-base error on Profar. So there you go, folks. We didn't sign Profar. Are you happy now? He just botched a routine fly ball. Here's Ryan O'Hearn, swing and a miss.
Fight's on. Let's turn and burn.
So there you go. Imagine opening day, your brand new acquisition, Jurickson Profar, drops a ball like that. That looked like a Yankee fifth situation. O'Hearn takes outside, 1-1 the count. So the tying run now in scoring position, thanks to the gift from Profar. This pitch is high. Folks, I'm feeling like I got to pick up a musical instrument here. Two-one to O'Hearn is outside, ball 3. All right, folks, we got ourselves a hitter's count. Tying run in scoring position, nobody out. Activity in the Braves bullpen. Chavez, is that Jesse Chavez? Like 42-year-old? That can't be Jesse Chavez. Pitch. Foul back. Full count on O'Hearn. Now, Ryan. And we're talking about fundamentals here. This is another one of those situations. I know it's Spencer Strider. It's not easy to just do whatever you want with the baseball. Wait a minute. On a full count, they're going to take Strider out of the game? Is that right? This at-bat is still going on, correct? My volume was too low to hear, but apparently in the middle of the at-bat, the Braves are going to make a pitching change. Full count on Ryan O'Hearn. I guess they hit a pitch number and said, all right, that's it. Get out of here. We don't care what the situation is. We got a pitching change. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know Morton's old. I thought Morton was the oldest guy left in the league, to be honest with you, but I think Chavez might have him. If that is indeed Jesse Chavez. Jesus. Who's pitching next? Jesse Orozco? Old timers game here. There he is. Jesse Chavez signed a minor league contract today. How about this? Ready for another go-around, Jesse? Why not? There he is out on the mound. And O'Hearn strokes it in the right center field. How you doing, Jesse? It's a base hit. Rutschman comes around to score the tying run. It's 3-3. Thanks a lot, Jesse.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. You believe in magic.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Hey, Jesse, how the hell are you? Welcome back to the Bigs. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. And he takes a swing and a miss after ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right. We got ourselves a tie ball game. Hopefully the scoreboard on the screen will catch up. Here's a pop-up by Mounty, left side. Third baseman into foul ground. Again, a lot of foul territory here. Riley makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Jesse Chavez. Man, I'd like to see some of the lineups around the league when he first broke in. You'll probably see names like, I don't know, Manny Ramirez still playing. Here's Tyler O'Neill. He takes a cut and a foul ball that bounces off the backstop and right back to the catcher. Strike one. There's a line drive, and there's your Tyler O'Neill hard-hit baseball, folks. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely smoked in the left field by O'Neill. That's got to be at least 100 miles an hour off the bat. He's on. Line keeps moving. First and second now for the Orioles. That's what I'm talking about. Pretty noteworthy that they've got O'Neill hitting below Mountcastle today. I think they might do it on opening day. I think they want to exploit that Toronto factor with Ryan Mountcastle. I mean, you just can't ignore how well he hits against the Blue Jays, particularly at the Rogers Center. Normally, Mounty against right-handed pitching, you don't really rate him as a middle-of-the-order guy. But, yeah, I think you got to bump him up for that opening series. Ced Mullins is at the plate. First pitch was outside. Next pitch is a strike. It's 1-1. Next pitch is low and in. And we're all caught up. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ced Mullins.
Well said, now you know what to do.
I think you know what to do. That's what he does. Oh, that's just foul. A line drive by Mullins down the right field line. Hooks foul. Good cut. Pitch. Breaking ball fouled away. It's still 2-2. It's a 3-3 ball game in the top of the third. Orioles now looking to try and get the lead back. Swing and a miss, and down goes Mullins. I believe he has struck out both times today. Indeed, he has. So, yeah. For my money, if Mullins is going to be in the opening day lineup, I want him hitting 9th. I want Holiday hitting above him. Here's Ramon Arias, who hit that 2-run homer off Spencer Strider his first time up. He takes a cut and a miss here against Chavez.
I have a brother.
Next pitch, fouled away. Quickly 0-2. Well, nobody's pounded on the wall yet. 0-2 pitch is lined right back up the middle, but a nice stab by the second baseman Albies, who was playing close to the second base bag. Otherwise, that ball is ticketed for center field. But the shift works out, and the inning will end here. But the Orioles do tie it up. They tie it right back up. We've got a knockdown, drag-out affair going on, and we're still in the third inning. A RBI single by Ryan O'Hearn scoring Adley Rutschman. We go to the bottom of the third, tied at 3. Probably, yeah, we'll see. I don't think Morton's going to come out for the third inning. But we'll see. All right. I don't have any snacks. That's a problem. But I do have a special lucky. Folks, it's a Sunday afternoon. We are now in late March. This time next Sunday, we're talking about wrapping up a 4-game series against the Blue Jays. Once again, we play the Nationals tomorrow in Washington. Final exhibition game. Cade Povich will get the start. Cade Povich, if you didn't hear, has made the rotation. He will be the number 5 starter, which has him set to start against the Red Sox in the Orioles home opener a week from tomorrow. Game 1 starter against Toronto is Zach Eflin. Charlie Morton will start Game 2. Games 3 and 4 will be started by Tomoyuki Sugano and Dean Kramer. Just not sure yet what the order is. All right, we are back underway, and we've got a picture-in-picture situation. I can't even ID if that's Morton still out there or not. Spencer Strider being interviewed. It's Dean Kramer out there now. Okay. Got that tight man bun where couldn't see that big head of hair of his. So Dean Kramer's on here. Begin the third. And here's a swing and a miss, and one batter in. Dean Kramer's got his first punch out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
He sets down Austin Riley. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Matt Olson up next. And the first pitch to him is low for ball 1. Dino. Hopefully we'll have a better showing than Morton did in this one. And there's a strike. Here comes the next pitch, and Olson crushes it to right field. Going back on it and making a catch on the track. A nice running grab out there and right by Tyler O'Neill. Folks, O'Neill showing he can cover some ground. No slight against our boy Anthony Santander, but I don't think he's making that catch. There's your first out here in the bottom of the third. Marcelo Zuna now at the plate, and the first pitch is a little bit outside, ball 1. It might surprise you to know that Tyler O'Neill has a pair of gold gloves to his name. This ball is hit off the lower part of the bat and not all that hard to straightaway center field, right at Mullins. And that will be an out. Ozuna retired. And that's the end of the inning. Isn't it? Is it not? I don't know. They keep talking to Spencer Strider. You got Riley, Olson, and Ozuna, right? That should be it. Hey, Spencer, could you, shut your trap and maybe confirm for me that this inning is ended? I'd appreciate it. Folks, we're going to the 4th inning, tied at 3. The Phillies are ahead of the Tigers 4-1. Blue Jays up 2-0 on the Pirates in the 5th inning. As we see these flashing out-of-town scores, Rays ahead 2-0 on the Yankees. That's in the top of the 5th. Cardinals 1-0 over the Nationals, bottom of the 4th. Rockies and Brewers playing later, as are the Angels and Dodgers. Battle of L.A. Giants playing the River Cats. Houston up 4-3 on the Nats. They've also got the bases loaded. Wow, that was a huge hit. Cubs and A's play later. Twins up 4-0 on Boston in the top of the 4th. Padres and Diamondbacks start in a couple of hours. Guardians and Reds start in about 1 hour. D-backs and White Sox coming up later. Mets and Marlins tied at 1, top of the 4th. And that should be all the scores. All right, Jesse Chavez going back at it here. And Jackson Holliday up there to start off the top of the 4th. Here's a pitch outside to Holliday. It's 2-0. Jackson is looking like he is poised to do what we thought he would do last year and for many years to come. I think he's ready, folks. I think he's ready. I'm sure he'll have his slumps, but he's worked on that batting approach, you know, that little front foot toe tap, and he draws ball 4 right here. Get a leadoff walk.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
I would love to know what Jesse Chavez was doing when Jackson Holliday was born. I'm going to guess pitching in the majors. Jorge Mateo takes a called strike. How did this J go out already? Next pitch is hit to right, and hanging up there, making the catch in right field is Kelenic for the first out here on the top of the 4th. Holliday is at first, and we should probably be keeping an eye on Jackson here for trying to swipe a base. He has at least 5 of them on the spring. He is trying to make that more a part of his game, and as well he should. Here's a called strike to the milkman. Colton cows are up for the 3rd time today. Get those cows up, folks. Pitch outside. The cows are up with Rutschman on deck. Holliday at first base with 1 out. Tie ball game. Let's show these guys what we can do. Pitch to Cowser is swung on, and he throws his bat down in disgust as he pops it up lazily to shallow left field for the 2nd out of the inning. Don't get too frustrated, Colton. Come on now. Just missed it. I think Cowser recognizes blood in the water with this veteran pitcher out here, who honestly looks about 50 years old. I gotta be honest, he looks older than me. Here's Rutschman. Come on, Adley.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Get a big 2-out hit. First pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. Rutschman 1 for 2 with a run scored. This one is off the plate. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Chavez's next pitch. and hit on the ground on a bounce to first, and that is a foul ball. Bit of a late call there by the first base umpire. The ball fielded in front of the bag. Okay, Adley. What'll it be? Next pitch, outside. 2-2 the count on Rutschman. Bugle time. Pitch. And that one's popped up. Shallow center field. Harris, a long run, but plenty of time to finally track it down. And that'll be the final out here in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth coming up. We're tied at 3. Oy vey. How you doing, folks? Today's game has been brought to you by your friendly neighbor. Like a good neighbor, BW is here. Watching ball games in the middle of the night. Occasionally making sounds slightly above normal conversation volume. I'm sorry. Pitching better than Morton wins the Battle of the Veterans. I mean, come on, Chilo. All right, Chilo, let me help you out, all right? I'm going to get Elias on the phone, and I'm going to be like, look, Mike, I think we can make a trade. I think we can trade Morton back to the Braves for Chavez. I can make it happen for you, Chilo. You want Chavez? You want Chavez? I can get you Chavez. I can get you Chavez by like 2 o'clock. Oh, wait, it's 1:15. I can get you a toe. Hey, Soren. How the heck are you? Folks. Major League Baseball 2025 season. Who's ready? Michael Harris II will lead it off. 326 average in the spring. First pitch from Dean Kramer is in there for a strike on the outside edge. Ah, the Irish. An Irish monk. If you're a monk and you take a vow of silence, do you still keep your accent? Think about that one, folks. That might be something that'll keep you thinking for a long time. Pitch from Kramer is swung on a miss by Harris, and down he goes. Dino's looking pretty good. You like that, Rob?
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I gave you a real conundrum, didn't I? Yeah. If you take a vow of silence, do you still have an accent? Or like an Irish monk? Like if you were to step on his toe, like in Life of Brian, and he just let out a guttural yell, would the accent still be there? I don't know. Depends on how long the silence has been, I guess. These are things I think about all the time. Relational things. Froggy, I got to be honest. I don't know if I participate in relational things because I don't know what that is. I mean, I've got Buddhist monks that walk around my neighborhood here at the local temple. They seem to be participating in something. Every morning they're walking. Here's a ground ball to first base. Flip to the pitcher covering the bag. Dean Kramer's looked good in his 2 innings. 1, 2, 3 here. We go to the 5th. We're tied up at 3. What is a relational? You mean like they're all like in solitude? Like they're all like separate? I don't know. Trying to get you still monetized. Oh, marital relations. Monetize. Would you like to know what the average ad revenue has been during these spring games for your boy? Somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 to $2.50. So if I lose out on $2, I'm probably not gonna pitch a fit. That's why it'd be really cool if some of you like became Magic members and helped out the channel that way, you know? Just saying, you know, I'm not really getting rich with the ad revenue. It's just saying. Yeah. Huh? What? Hey, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? I need a snack. Red Bull on an empty stomach is probably not a good idea. Red Bull and weed on an empty stomach, probably a worse idea. Top O the 5th. Jesse Chavez still out there. And Turn and Burn O'Hearn at the plate.
Fight's on. Let's turn and burn.
Here I go. Thank you very much, Chilo. Folks, I'll be giving out some free Magic memberships in about a week. 10 of them. I'm a giver. This pitch is low and in on Ryan O'Hearn. 1 for 2 so far today. Up and away, and that is ball 4. So Ryan O'Hearn, with a easy walk, didn't really take the bat off his shoulders in that at bat.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
All right, go ahead. Run is on base with nobody out. 4 straight pitches out of the zone by Chavez. And here comes Mountie, folks. Mount up. This dude's hit a home run basically in every game he's played for the past 4 or 5 games.
Okay, mount up.
He fouls this pitch away. Come on, Mountie. Time to light up this old geezer here. Pitch. There's a called strike. Oh, and 2 the count, and a foul ball, still 0-2. I mean, shoot. I can't get food off my mind. What can I do about it? What did I eat? Did I have dinner? I'm not even sure if I had dinner. Pitch. Oh, Mountie gets into one to left. Too high, I think, to get out. And it's actually going to go foul. A high fly ball from Ryan Mountcastle deep down the left field line. But it fades out of play. Almost got into another one. How's everybody's brackets doing? Look at me bringing up chatty talk. Mountie going opposite field here, right center, and that ball is going to get down for extra bases. Ryan Mountcastle, folks, he continues to swing a hot bat. He's got himself a double. The camera work right now is all over the place. What the hell's going on? Looks like that's going to be the end of the line for Chavez. Breaking the game. And a pitching change for the Braves coming up. Pretty good. I already forgot what I was asking. Oh, yeah, the brackets. How's Maryland doing? Have they played their first? It's Sunday now, right? So they must have played their first round game. Who did they play and how did they do? Gary Williams still coaching? That's how long I've been out here. He's probably... I hope he's still alive, for crying out loud. Blowout in the first, playing second today. I don't know what that means. Like, it was a first half blowout, playing the number 2 seed? Is that what that means? Sorry for being gone for a while. Internet network outage. Don't need to apologize, Dan. Second round starts today. Yeah, right. Thursday, Friday, first round. That's what I'm saying. I was just saying they must have played their first round game. Oh, so they won in a blowout, I'm assuming, is what you mean. All right, Rob, you and your shorthand. I got to sit here and try to figure it out like it's the Da Vinci Code. Just a couple of extra words and everything makes sense. One in a blowout, first round, second round today. That's it. Well, no, you had to figure out a way to shave one, like, 3-letter word out of there to make it, you know. Now I'm a detective. There's me being a jerk again. Rob gets it, though. Thank you, Rob, for getting it. All right, folks, we've got a situation on our hands. Fellow by the name of Josenberger is on to pitch now, right-hander for the Braves. And the Orioles have got a pinch hitter up here. Is that right? Check swing foul. Who is this? Is that... Oh, no, Josenberger is the guy at the plate. Okay. I'll get it straight in a minute. Anderson is on to pitch. Right-hander, and the Orioles have a guy named Josenberger, and he hits a ball up the middle. It is bobbled by the shortstop, and he does not have time to recover. Everybody is safe. A run comes in to score. That is the go-ahead run. That should be an error all the way. 4-3 Baltimore, we've taken the lead. How about that? Bobble at shortstop. Sorry about that, sir. Oh, man. I did not realize that we were going to go to a bunch of backup players not even halfway through the ball game yet, but that's what's happening right now. The mail machine is pinch running for Ryan Mountcastle as we speak. Here's a swing and a miss by Ced Mullins. Gary Sanchez is in the game for Adley Rutschman already. Anthony Servideo is in for Ryan O'Hearn as the DH. and currently at third base right now, I think. Or did he come in to score? Oh, Machine is at third. Servideo scored. Pinch running for O'Hearn. Here's a ball hit down the left field corner and deep, but foul by Mullins. All right, so once again, you got Cowser still in the game and left. Gary Sanchez now batting second in place of Rutschman as the catcher. Servideo is your DH after pinch running for Ryan O'Hearn, and he scored on that last that last error. The male Machine is pinch running right now for Ryan Mountcastle. Josenberger, who hit that ground ball for the error, gets credited for an RBI. He is going to take over in right field. Sed Mullins stays in the game for now. He's at the plate. And so is the rest of the bottom of the order. So a lot of changes. No changes yet for the Braves lineup. Here comes the next pitch to Mullins, and that one is popped up. Pretty shallow. In fact, it's wow, the cameraman here is really bad. I knew that was the shortstop's ball. He's just out onto the outfield grass, but the cameraman thought it was going to center field. Is this like an intern operating the camera today? Is that like a bring your kid to work day or something? Camera work today has been a lousy. Here's Ramon Urias, pitch in the dirt. The Orioles now runners at first and third, one out. They've taken the lead 4-3. You want to at least get one more in with that runner at third. It was first and third, nobody out. Now's the time to cash at least him in right now. Come on, Ramon. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Is this Ian Anderson we're talking about? Yes, it is. Ian Anderson is the pitcher on for Atlanta. Here's a pitch breaking low and off the plate outside to Ramon. So Jesse Chavez, 2 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 walks, 1 earned run. And he starts his 2025 with an 8.31 ERA. Popped up by Ramon out of play. First and third, 1 out. Come on, Ramon. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Anderson with the high heat. And that's tough. Second out of the inning. Again, the Orioles had scored a run to take the lead 4-3 here, but they had a golden opportunity to add on and put some distance between themselves and Atlanta. With first and third, nobody out, and now there's 2 down. Still first and third. And here's Jackson Holliday. Here's the guy that's going to pick up that 2-out RBI. He takes a called strike, and damn it, that looked low. Maybe even an inch or 2 off the plate. Not happy with that call. Particularly as a first pitch. 0-1 on Holliday. Now this one gets away from Anderson. A high pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Come on, Jackson. We have to move on from Raymond, Dan. We're on the holiday now. Here's a pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Come on, Jackson. Oh, no. You mean that whole time my battery wasn't plugged? Folks, I just got a signal that my battery, at some point, lost its connection. And now I'm getting the your batteries are running low sign. Oh, boy. Why? Okay, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Please, please. How do I do it, folks? Come on, Holiday. Pitch. Pop foul. Long AB here for Holiday. 2 down, runners at first and third. The pitch. Outside. Jackson. Looking so much more like a seasoned batter at the plate now. Here comes a payoff, and that one's lifted into right center. It's going to drop in for a base hit, and the Orioles do get a big 2-out hit. Machine comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Holiday. Make it 5-3. Folks.
It's magic, you know.
You know, I'm really happy we had the spring breakout game. I like the breakout. Splash it up, folks. That's right. Folks, Jackson Holiday looks like he's ready. I don't think once this turns real and there's a big crowd, I don't think it's going to bother him now. I think he's ready. The one thing I'm going to ask is that his father, Matt Holiday, not attend the games. I honestly think that was part of the reason why he was so anxious and seemingly nervous that first trip up. His dad was with him at every game, sitting in the front row. Like, let the kid breathe, dude. Jorge Mateo just drew ball 4. How about that? Folks, keep moving the line.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
So now we've got the bases loaded. Still 2 down. And is this Luis Vasquez? Looks like it, I think. No, it's Ramon Laureano. Excuse me. Ramon Laureano at the plate. Sorry, folks.
Ramon just threw a rock at me.
Ramon should throw a rock at me. I can't identify him yet. I need to know a little more about you, Ramon. Swing and a miss by Laureano. 2 down, bases loaded. Laureano in for Colton Cowser. Pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. So sort of reverse strategy here. Cowser would normally obviously stay in as the lefty bat to face this right-hander. Instead, they go to Laureano, and he swings at one, and that ball is going to be caught on a lunge by Profar out there in left field. Laureano nearly dropped one in the left, but Profar makes the catch for the final out. But the Orioles rally They rally for a couple of runs. They've taken the lead back. It is now 5-3 Baltimore as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Scoring summary. In the second inning, Baltimore takes a 2-0 lead when Ramon Arias hit a bomb off of Spencer Strider. Tyler O'Neill came in the score. And then the Braves in the bottom half of the inning, down 2-0, stormed back to take a 3-2 lead. An RBI double by Ozzie Albies that scored Marcelo Zuna, and then a 2-run single by Jared Kelenic scoring Albies and Michael Harris the second. The Orioles then tied her up in the third with an RBI single by Ryan O'Hearn. Adley Rutschman scored. And then here in the fifth, a pair of runs, one by an error, allowing Anthony Servideo to score after the shortstop Orlando Arcia botched a ground ball by Josenberger, whoever that is. And then we got that fifth run on a 2-out knock by Jackson Holliday, the Love Machine scoring. Hey, Machine is in the game. He scored a run. How the hell do I allow all that to happen without playing this?
I'm just a love machine, and I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just.
For medicinal purposes. Here's a soft grounder, and that ball is handled over there at first base. What a play. I don't know who's in the field, who's doing what, but that ball was hit slowly in the hole. I didn't think there'd be a chance for a play at first, but the Orioles pull it off. We've got more changes now for Baltimore. So many changes. Jackson Holliday and Jorge Mateo have flip-flopped. They stay in the game, but now Holliday is switched from from shortstop to second base, and Mateo from second to short. Laureano stays in the game and plays center field, replacing Cowser, who was in left. Sanchez behind the plate now for Rutschman. Servideo remains in as a DH. The Mail Machine is now at third base. Josenberger is now in right field. Anderson at first base. Kerstad is in the ballgame in left field now, so he's in. All of that, and meanwhile, the Braves have not made a single change to their starting lineup. Same 9 guys. Meanwhile, Dean Kramer pitching his third inning of work here, and he's having a really good day so far, and he needs it. Even with 2 1/3 scoreless, his spring ERA is still at 7.53, and there's a called strike 3. Dino looking good today in his final appearance.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Hey, Oriole fans, you bird watchers out there, if you are real bird watchers, you would agree that what might be more important than anything in this game today is that Dean Kramer is looking sharp. Of all of our starters in the spring, he's looked the least sharp. So instead of being worried about how bad Morton was today, when he had 4 straight bad batters. You hope to avoid a situation like that in the regular season, but it might happen a time or two. But more importantly, Dean Kramer is looking better. I think a lot of us were a little worried that he might be a bit of a liability in this rotation with the way he had looked so far. But against this Braves lineup, again, this is their real lineup. They have not made any changes, and there's a swing and a miss, and Dean Kramer just pitched 3 brilliant innings.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect, folks. That is your storyline here today. And by the way, Felix Bautista is scheduled to pitch in this game. You might see him in the next inning. In fact, I hope we see him in the next inning, because if the Braves are going to keep their starting players out there, I want Bautista to face the best. Ain't got time for no scrubs. You heard? We head to the 6th inning. It's Baltimore 5, Atlanta 3. How you doing, Charm City chat? Once again, even though I mention it in every stream, therefore it might sound a bit hypocritical, but when it comes to a channel like mine and reminding people to hit the like button and subscribing, I only do it a couple of times a game, folks. I bring it up maybe on average like once an hour. Well, that time has come now. Taking a look at the current stats, we've got 40 people in here right now enjoying the ball game. I'm happy to have you. But 10 of you, at least, have yet to hit the like button. What better time to do it than right now? We got a break in the action. I'm asking you nicely. It takes a moment of your time. It's anonymous, so it's not like you're being guilted into it or shamed. You can just go ahead and tap that like button. One person did it. Once again, folks, this is a plea for helping this channel grow. If you know how YouTube works, the more likes and more subscribers a channel gets, the more YouTube promotes that channel to people who otherwise may never have found it. Gary Sanchez is at the plate, folks, and he hits a ball into the air center field. Not very hard, and he is retired on a weak pop-up to White in center field. So it looks like the Braves have indeed started to make some changes, at least on defense, which, again, I'm not happy about. In fact, they have made changes up and down the shop. Boy, I'm going to spend this whole inning just trying to catch you up on who's in this ball game, as we've got a pop up here to left field and foul out of play. The cameraman, who's watching this game with me? Is it the same broadcast? If you're watching the same broadcast as me, then you know what I'm talking about. The cameraman has no idea where the baseball is going. Just pointing the camera arbitrarily in just any random direction. He's done it like 7 or 8 times today. Here's a swing and a miss. Who is this at the plate? Who are these people? I can't keep up. It's a left-handed bat for the Orioles, and he's got a mustache. Does that help you? Pitch. Swing and a miss. And down goes that mustachioed man. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Drunk camera person. My goodness. Oh, right. All of the new players in for the Braves. So, as if this really matters to anybody watching right now. But I'm going to do it because this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to inform the audience about the happenings of the game. Okay? That's what I'm doing. Who is at the plate now? Whoever it is hits a ground ball to third. Over to first. In time. 2 away. Was that Machine? I'm just guessing at this point. Or that was the final out. Okay, great. Even easier. We've got a break in the action. I have no idea where the hell in the lineup we even are right now. I don't even know where we are in the lineup. No idea. I'll try to do better. Again, unfortunately, this particular network, they've got all of their important graphics in like a little bar at the very bottom of the screen. And that's the area of my TV that is blocked by my second laptop that I have to put there. There's nowhere else to put it. So here's the deal. Profar out of the game, Dumitru. Dumitru, whatever. Dumitru in left field. Jones in at third base for Riley. C. Jones, I'm sure it's not Chipper. Verdung is now at first base for Matt Olson. That's right, folks. Verdung, as in dung. Marcelo Zuna is still in the game as a DH. White in center field for Harris II. Taveras playing second base for Ozzie Albies. Clohissy. Who are these people? Clohisy. Clohissy in right field for Kellenic. Allen, I believe that might be Nick Allen, who's a veteran shortstop, is in for Orlando Arcia. And they said, to hell with it, let's keep Chadwick Trump in at catcher. So there you go. The batting card now looks like the cast of 300. Get it? Because it's like 300 people. I'm funny. That's funny. I'm funny. Hey, they've given away beach balls here today because the fans are busy just kicking them around. I don't know how they're not reaching the field. I guess there's netting up across the entire length of the the lower stands there. But I mean, folks, there's about 500 beach balls. It's kind of fun. I'm not sure exactly how a pitcher is supposed to not be distracted by this. I don't know if they're going to make an announcement. It looks like everybody's kind of sitting down here as the game's about. Folks, Dean Kramer, this is not a game just to get a couple of innings in. He's out there to make a point because he's on for his fourth inning of work, and the first pitch is right in there for a strike. Now, obviously, at this stage, he's facing a bunch of, lower-level minor leaguers. So, unless, he starts giving up hits, there's probably not a whole lot to read into it. We've already seen him go through the real lineup a full time. First 3 innings he was in there. Didn't give up a hit or a walk with 5 strikeouts. That's what he did against the actual lineup. It is beach ball time here in the ballpark. Here comes the next pitch from Kramer, low and away. Dino on 31 pitches since coming into the ball game. Another pitch, and that is on the outside corner, called strike 3, folks.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right, admit it, Charm City Chat. I want you to admit it. In the past hour, when it comes to your thoughts on Dean Kramer, they have changed from, gee, I'm worried about him in this rotation, to, gee, should he be our opening day starter? Right? Am I wrong, Rob? Now suddenly we're like, gee, this might work for opening day. This kind of guy, this kind of pitching. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, 5-3 Orioles. Thank you, Froggy. Here's a ground ball to, well, it was toward third, and not only did the third baseman not get to it, the shortstop in the hole could not field it cleanly either. It's Allen reaching on what will probably be ruled a base hit. Mateo would have had to really get off a above average throw there in the hole to get that out. So I'm going to say that's a hit. That's the first hit given up by Kramer since coming into the ball game. All right. This is another new guy. So Ozuna is out of the game for a pinch hitter, a fellow by the name of Guschetti. And he swings and misses at a Kramer pitch. Guschetti. I love that as an appetizer when I go out for Italian. You know, you get that with a little bit of olive oil, you know, you sprinkle a little basil on there, a little Guschetti. Swing and a miss. And what a feeble swing that was. Dino made Guschetti look like some leftover ziti. You know what I'm saying?
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Dean Kramer really made that dude look bad. All right. 2 down. 7th punch out already for Kramer in relief. Charm City chat, honestly, I am shocked at the lack of response and the performance so far by Dean Kramer. I mean, so many of you are so worried about pitching, and then when we get something that looks really nice, where is the love? Show Dino the love. These folks need our mojo. Here's a line drive base hit. You see? Why did I have to say something? Runner trying to go to third base. Gonna make it. And now going to second base and trying to and getting nailed there is De La Cruz. So the Orioles, with a little bit of a merry-go-round, a ball hit into the gap. Runner trying to go first to third. Throw there was a little bit late, but the trail runner, the guy who hit the ball, tried to sneak into second base and got caught. So you can forget about that rally, Atlanta. This inning is over. We go to the 7th. It's the Orioles 5 and the Braves 3, and I'm doing my best to try to call this game because De La Cruz was this Clohissy guy. I don't even know if he exists. There's a guy named Clohissy that reads 0 for 0, like he didn't have an at-bat. But now Brian De La Cruz, is it Brian De La Cruz who made that? He was the last guy up to hit. He's in that spot. I am lost. And there's still 3 more innings to go. Folks, can we just... I'm going to do a quick poll here. I'm going to ask you guys how to call the rest of this game. How to call the rest of this game. And keep in mind my sanity. It's 2 a.m. I've got a neighbor that hates me. Do I call it like it's World Series Game 7? You know, I give it my all, or let's chill and talk about whatevs. Those are your options. Because I can't keep up with all the stuff going on. I think Kramer's day is over. Once Felix Bautista comes out, we'll take a closer look at him. Here's a ground ball up the middle and a base hit for Baltimore. Number 88. Who are you, sir? Is that Josenberger? I don't know. I don't know. That was Josenberger. Holy cow, I guessed right. I think. And that'll bring up... No. Josenberger is now the batter. Excuse me. No. He did get a base hit. It was... You know what? What I do know is that Heston Kjerstad is on deck, if he's not at the plate already. That kind of looks like Kjerstad. Unfortunately, we got a picture-in-picture situation, so the screen is like half the size it normally is. So it looks like Josenberger. Yeah, that's Kjerstad, isn't it? Normally he's got that blondish hair shooting out the back of the helmet, but I can't see it. So I don't know if he got a haircut or if it's even him. It's got to be him. It's you, isn't it? Mr. Silent J. You know what? I'm just going to hit the button just in case. Just in case it's you, Heston. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the seventh, 5-3 Orioles. Here's a ball lifted in the air, deep, left center field. That's got to be Kjerstad. That was a lot of power behind that swing. He got that ball all the way to the track, to the opposite field. But I keep trying to look at the back of his jersey, and it's a name I can't read. Okay, that was Kjerstad. He flies out to center field. I should have just trusted my gut. But I've seen myself in the mirror. How the hell can I trust a gut like this? All right. That'll bring up Anderson. We are in the top of the seventh, folks. A win here would make us 14-14 on the spring. How about we do that, then we win the final game tomorrow in D.C. and finish with a winning spring record, even though it doesn't really matter. It's just aesthetically pleasing to say, hey, we had a winning spring. So it's Anderson on Anderson, and I just missed the last play because I had to refresh my game. I might need one of you to take over the play calling here. I'm just watching a guy getting interviewed with a bunch of batting helmets behind him. That's my view of the game right now. Charm City chat, what's on your mind? There's a one out and a runner at second base. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. Anybody see the season finale of Severance? I don't know. What the hell do you want to talk about? This pitch is hit in the air to left. And once again, the camera person reacting extremely late. Who the hell is operating the cameras in this game? Like, honestly, like as if they have never done this before. Or somebody won like a raffle, like win a chance to operate a camera today. Like, what the hell are they doing? This pitch is low for ball 4. Somebody's walking.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
That's Anderson, right? Okay. So Anderson walks Anderson. Did Josenberger steal second base? Holy shnikes. Wow. Thank you, Mazo. Mazo? Mazo? Mazo. I think we already asked this. I've forgotten. I'm going Mazo. I'm going to hit that hard A. I hope you don't mind. All right. So this should be Levon Soto at the plate, and he takes a big cut and a miss here. Lovely. Flade Longo. Oh, I thought you were doing some sort of like Bohemian Rhapsody lyric. Flade Longo, Flade Longo, Flade Longo Figaro. Flat A, long O. Mazzo. Mazzo. Here's a ground ball. First base. They go to second for one, back to first. And that is, folks, wow. Very impressive double play turned by a bunch of minor leaguers. I don't know who was involved in it, but it was a really well executed first base to second, back to first double play to end the inning. Folks, we have reached stretch time. And you know what that means. I know you know what that means. In fact, I'm going to wait until I see proof. Oh, thank you, Rob. Oh, but wait a minute. That was 2 outs against us. Damn it, Rob. I don't want to play that when we hit into a double play. There you go. Thank you, Rob. You made up for that. Right. You guys know the deal. For the final time in the spring in the state of Florida, I'm going to try to keep my voice down. It's time to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in chat, folks.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
By the way, to the two people that want me to continue to call this exhibition game like it's Game 7 of the World Series, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm about to go have a lucky. I'll be right back. Dude, Dino is still out there. Well, I gotta tell you, let's have him for Game 3. Swing and a miss. Woo, woo, doggies. Dino, I'm just gonna stare at your part of the box score. 4 innings right now, 7 strikeouts, 2 hits. It wasn't until that 4th inning that he gave up the first and both of those 2 hits. Still didn't give up a run. Here's the pitch, low and outside. My battery connection has stayed intact since my last fiddle. Happy to report that. That is a called strike 3, folks. Again, we're into batters that we can't sit here and get too hyped about striking out. But the fact of the matter is Dean Kramer is putting the ball where he wants to and is pitching like he's ready to go.
3
Here's a tapper to third. Going to be a tough play on the run, and the batter going to be safe going down the line quickly. It was fielded as well as you can down third base. Just hit a little too softly and a little too far of a throw to get a speedy runner out in time. So Atlanta has a runner at first with one out. I can't wait to copy paste that, Jeremiah, into a Google Translate to see what that means. Here is a snap throw down the first, and that's a close play. Do they get him? I guess not. The catcher, after that pitch, nearly nailed the base runner at first. Now Kramer throws down there, and that was a close play. And Kramer's got a big smile, and the first base coach is putting his arms around the shoulders of this young base runner here who's twice now been nearly picked off. He's got a big smile on his face, but surely he's feeling a bit embarrassed. Pitch. Outside corner, not a strike. Come on, Blue. I can't complain with the home plate umpire. It's been a pretty tight zone, and when the call has gone to the pitcher, it's usually been in our favor. That is ball 4 inside. So a walk here puts 2 men on with 1 out. Come on, Dino. It's okay. You started strong. Now, last inning, a couple of base runners. Now you got a couple on here. You're going to get them out. Why? Because Chadwick Tromp is at the plate. And this should be an automatic out. Swinging a foul ball 0-1. Yeah, the last no-hitter in spring training was by the Cubs just a couple of years ago. So not too long ago. This ball's hit to right field and drops foul just by a couple of feet. The last time this franchise, that was once known as the St. Louis Browns, had a spring no-hitter, it was, I believe, 1951, early 50s, just before the Browns moved over to Baltimore. Swing and a miss, and Dean Kramer adds yet another strikeout to his day.
3.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
9 strikeouts for Dean Kramer in 4 2/3 innings. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch here. Let's make it 10. Can we get double-digit strikeouts from a relief appearance? That's pretty impressive. I don't care if it's spring or not. If Dino can pull it off. This ball's fouled away. It's Jurickson Profar, who's one of the few remaining starters still in the game. You know what I forgot to check already is who's supposed to be pitching for the Nationals tomorrow. Povich is going to start for us, but I'll take a look at that, I guess, once this game's over. It'll be a short post-game wrap-up. Pitch to Profar. Blowing in. Next one from Kramer. Inside again. This time with a fastball. Payoff pitch is hit into the air to right center, and there's nobody in that area. That ball is going to hit the gap. Laureano hits it back in, but it's going to be an RBI 2-run double. Is that a 2-run double for Profar? And that ties the ball game. Hot damn. Dean Kramer is having a good outing. And it's been spoiled with a 2-out, 2-run, game-tying double by Jurickson Profar. So runner at second with 2 down, and now the Braves have a go-ahead run out there in scoring position. Opening day at home, Michael. The home opener is when Cade Povich. Remember how the schedule works out. First 4 games of the season is in Toronto. Povich is the number 5 starter. Therefore, game 5, which is for us the home opener against Boston, that should be when Povich makes his first start of the season. Regular season opener is still Zach Eflin. Swing and a miss, and Dean Kramer reaches double-digit strikeouts. He pitches 5 innings, gives up 2 runs on 4 hits and a walk. All of that coming in the final 2 of those 5 innings. First 3 innings, he was perfect. And in every inning, the strikeout pitch was working. He averaged 2 strikeouts per inning for 10 Ks over 5 innings of work. I'll take it. I'll take it from Dean. All right, so with the 8th inning coming up and Felix Bautista still scheduled to appear in this game, I'm going to assume got to be not the next inning, then the 9th, but if the Braves were to take the lead, then they wouldn't be batting in the 9th. So I think you're going to want to get Bautista out there as your top priority. Again, there were more than 3 pitchers scheduled to appear in this game. I don't know if Dean Kramer going 5 innings was part of the original plan. But trying to figure out who else was in the running to pitch today. It was posted somewhere. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot. Oh, Matt Bowman. Matt Bowman is the other name. So one of those two might not pitch today. Depends on whether or not the Braves take the lead in the 8th inning. Or have the lead going into the bottom half of the 9th, I guess I should say. If they don't have to come up to hit, then the Orioles only have 1 more inning left to pitch with 2 guys trying to do it. And I would hope they're going to give it to Bautista. If they're saying he's going to be ready for opening day, he hasn't pitched in a few days. This is the time to use him. We'll find out in a few minutes. For now, it's Jorge Mateo at the plate, one of the few guys I can instantly recognize when they're up to hit. Got a pitcher, a left-hander by the name of Strickland out here for the Braves now. Their 5th pitcher of the day. This pitch is low and in on Mateo. Jorge 0 for 2 today, and the average just 1 for 10 in his limited time this spring. 1 for 10. I'll give you one guess. What does that work out to as an average? Let's see how smart Charm City Chad is. Here's a ball fouled away. BW is going to have all-star season love coverage. Go BW. Is that neighbor still being a jerk? Well, he narked on me today. He reported me to the house manager, who had to come knock on my door at about 7 p.m. tonight, which means he had 16 hours to just get over it, but instead he fetched the house lady on me. But, you know, the way she talked about it sounded like she didn't really give a shit about his complaint. She's just like, just try and keep it down. He's going to be gone in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, all right, I'll try. I'll try. But I'm telling you right now, folks, I'm trying to keep it low key here for this game and for the Nats game tomorrow because it is just exhibition. But come Thursday, a game that starts locally for me at 2 o'clock in the morning when we're playing the Blue Jays and it's real and it's on, you're getting all of BW. Mateo strikes out. I'm not holding anything back. I don't give a damn. I did it all year last year, 162 games, and nobody ever pounded on my wall. For all of those moments, walk-offs, Yankee wins, whatever the case. I'm not about to cut my cojones off just to please this guy because he wants a little more R&R in his vacation. Buddy, you picked the wrong place to do it. This ball smoked in the left field down in the corner, and I think that ball, it's a foul ball for Laureano. Ramon Laureano. Hey, you know what we're going to do post-game? We're going to try and see if they've announced more starters for Toronto so we can get a look at the first go-round of probable pitchers for that opening series up in Canada. Here's a swing and a miss, a dropped third strike. Catcher tags Laureano to complete the out. One out here in the top of the 8th. Laureano down on strikes. You out of here, Matt? Matt, everybody. Gary Sanchez at the plate takes a called strike. Sanchez came on the pinch hit for Rutschman. He's 0 for 1. He pops this one up to left. Left center. Straightaway left. You know, it would really help if this cameraman had any clue on how to operate a camera. Sanchez pops out to left and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 5. Jeez Louise. I think I'm going to run down to the 7-Eleven for a little 3 a.m. snack once this game's over. Here's the other thing. If you're on vacation and somebody's making some noise at 12:30 on a Saturday night, like, did you have like a business meeting you had to be up for at like 6 a.m.? Like, if you're on holiday, like, how important it is for you to, like you can wake up like whenever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here's another thing I thought about with this guy. I guarantee you that if he knew that I were Thai, and I would say about 80 to 90% of the residents of this building are Thai. I'm one of only a few foreigners that live here. And occasionally they rent out some rooms whenever they're open to people that only want to stay like a month, like this guy. I guarantee you, if he were to find out that I was Thai, that he would not try and like tell me to keep it down. He would just been like, all right, I guess, this is how it is. But just another reason why I don't like this guy. Cameraman is a drone pilot. Dan's out the door. Thanks for being here, Dan. All right, do we have a new pitcher out here now? Kramer is still out here? What the hell are we doing? This is his 6th inning of work. I did not expect Dean Kramer to basically pitch like a regular start from relief. Especially after giving up those runs the past couple of innings. He's out here. And so what's the deal with Bautista then? If Kramer gives up the lead here and the Braves don't have to bat in the 9th inning, then we've given up a chance to get Bautista into the game, which to me makes no sense. Here's a fly ball to left. Catch is made out there by Kjerstad. So hopefully Kramer. Okay, well now here we go. We're gonna have a pitching change. Why face one guy? I don't know what they're doing. Why? You've got 2 other pitchers who are scheduled to appear in the game. It's the 8th inning, so you think one guy pitches the 8th, the other the 9th, but you bring Kramer back out there. He's already pitched 5 innings just so that he can face one guy and then take him out. Can somebody make sense of that? Pitching change. I have no idea what the hell any of this means. Probably Dingleberry. I would be really bad at so many things, but I feel like I could manage a team. Like, obviously, I get it. I don't have the kind of experience that any major league manager has had. I never made the minors. Never mind the bigs. All right? But You know. this is, I live and breathe. This is my deal. This is my thing. This is what I'm all about. What was I gonna say? There was something I was gonna bring up. Oh, hey, Charm City chat. May I have your attention, please? Show of hands. And guess what? Felix Bautista is now on the mound. Folks, the mountain.
Mountain, this is what it's all about.
Bautista's on with 1 out. Base is empty. Show of hands, Charm City chat. Who plans on being here for tomorrow's game against the Nationals? It's going to be in D.C., folks. So if you live in Maryland, it's pretty much a home game. You could probably go to it if you wanted to. Not too far of a drive. Bautista's in the game. This pitch is high. All you want to do is see this guy throw strikes and come out feeling okay. Oh, there's a nice little breaking ball there by Bautista. Rob will be here. Me and George Costanza. Believe it or not, I'm not at home. Please leave a message at the beep. Where could I be? Pitch from Bautista bounces in there. Believe it or not, I'm not home. All right, and show of hands, who's going to find a new bird watcher out there to join the community? That's your job, folks. You have a job to do. It's really hard for me to hit the streets of Baltimore to advertise my channel because I live 12 time zones away. It's a bit of a commute. I need a street team. Pitch from Bautista is called. Strike 3 at the top of the zone. Folks, the mountain.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Mountain time here in Florida. Of course, Florida known for its majestic mountain ranges. Wait, what? Playing here on the Gulf of Haiti. No? What's the name of this body of water? I forget. Pitch from Bautista is low. I've not even bothered trying to tell you who's batting. It's on your screen. That pitch is up and in and nearly hit the batter. It's De La Cruz at the plate. Leslie West audio clip. I'll take a look into it, but not currently. The pitch thingy has been frozen for like an hour. Hey, buddy. How about you hook up your friend with that info after maybe 15 minutes? Folks, I need your help with some things. Come on. I can't monitor everything at once. Do you hear me? Do you hear what the Rock is cooking here? Hold on. Let me see if I can refresh this. All right. There. Did Bautista just walk somebody? Apparently he did. And now everything's all askew. Hey, there's that word again. Swing and a miss. All right, let me get this back to where it ought to be. All right. I think we're fell asleep, woke up, and it was still Mullins. It was a long at bat, David. That's all. It was just a really long at bat, or a really short nap. Bautista throws his 14th pitch. And that looked like it might be on the inside edge, but he doesn't get the call. My goodness, he's a large man. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And how about another strikeout for Bautista? Comes in, gets the final 2 outs, both via the punch out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
Well, I say when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
How about this? Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here.
All right. How you doing, everybody? Everybody. Hey, thanks for participating in the poll and giving me the license to just chill and talk about whatevs. Where do you, Gibson, will slot in? Yeah, I think I talked about this on the Discord, Michael. So the deal with Kyle Gibson is it's not a situation where he needs to ramp up from scratch like somebody just starting spring training where he needs like 5-6 weeks to get up to speed. He has been throwing bullpen sessions. He has been keeping himself in the kind of shape to where that 6-week buildup that you might normally need might only be about 3. So for me, I'm thinking about 2 weeks into this regular season is when you might first see Kyle Gibson come into the thinking. Now, what happens, like in terms of roster move? I mean, it's Cade Povich's audition. If Povich pitches extremely well, I'm talking 3 ERA or under, then I think you got to figure out like a right-handed reliever, like a Brian Baker. You might just cut him and keep Suarez as like a guy that can just be a short reliever. Sort of a long man, but can, just come in and get a couple outs too if you need him to. We saw him do that a few times last year. And that way you put Gibson into the rotation. And then we're back to having 5 right-handers. But by the time Gibson gets into the mix, I would assume that our starting rotation, everybody's probably going to have about 3 starts, which to me, unless you're really, really awful, isn't necessarily a big enough sample size to be like, well, this guy deserves to be out of the rotation. And, you might have a bad start. I mean, Zach Eflin last season, he had the opening day start for the Rays. Didn't pitch well. Gave up a couple of homers. Gave up like 6 runs over 5 innings. You don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction too much. But at the end of the day, it's going to probably come down to If Albert Suarez is very, very ineffective, the Orioles might cut him in order to keep Povich up. But I honestly think the first move is just to send Povich down. Like, if Povich is pitching like a 4 ERA, which isn't terrible, but it's enough to be like, all right, we'll send you back to AAA for now. We'll probably need you again not too long in the future, because how often is it until the next pitcher has a problem? It's never too long. Is this Machine at the plate? Is Machine hitting a ball to straightaway center field all the way to the wall? Was that Machine? Machine hit a 400-foot out. I love this guy.
I'm just a love machine, and I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just.
Machine just missed leaving the yard. Oh, yeah. Back over here now. Is this that Josenberg dude? How you doing, buddy? How you been? Who are you and what do you do? McClanahan got injured. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. I mean, I like McClanahan. I want Tampa to be able to say, hey, we're willing to trade. That's the kind of guy I'm looking at in July that I want to go after. Baltimore native Shane McClanahan. Pitch in the dirt here to Josenberger. I could go for a Josenberger right now. I'm starving. Here's a line drive, and that ball is scooped up nicely at second base. A hard liner. Bit of an Olay with the glove, but the second baseman handles the hard hit ball, and that'll end the inning. Where the hell are we? Are we going to the ninth now? Is this real life? Is it the bottom of the ninth? That was the top of the ninth? So basically the Orioles can't win. We're moving on bottom of the ninth, trying to hold a tie. Exciting. It's really exciting to wait to see if we can stay tied. That's not dramatic. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed today's coverage, Charm City Chat, and haven't heard anything from the neighbor. I wonder if he's going to be perched by his door waiting for me to open my door when I got to lug my little green screen out to the hallway. And he's going to be like, that's it. One more night like tonight, and it's over. I don't know what that accent is. It's not German. I have a very particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you stop streaming now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will Minecraft you. Bottom of the ninth. So are we going to see Bowman out here now? First pitch is upstairs for ball one. Matt Bowman on the mound. So the Orioles do manage to get everybody they wanted to into the ball game. I just didn't understand why they wanted Dean Kramer to start the 8th inning. Here's a ball hit on a bounce and a barehanded attempt by the third baseman, unable to grab the baseball machine. It'll go down as a base hit. About the third time today the Braves have gotten a guy on with a swinging bunt. So they got the leadoff man on here, bottom of the 9th, so a chance for them to walk it off. And first pitch to the next batter is high for ball 1. Here is a ground ball to second. This is a tailor-made double play ball, and that is a 6-4-3 twin killing, folks. Just like that. All right. One more out left in this ball game. Doesn't matter what happens. It's the final out left. Not the final batter, perhaps, but the final out. I'm going to run down to 7-Eleven and get me a snack. Pitch. In there for a strike. But do stick around, folks. Help me out. Don't rush out, okay? Give me about 10 minutes. We're going to go over a couple of things. Particularly looking ahead at the Toronto series and seeing what the matchups are looking like, if they've got them posted or not yet. Bowman's pitch is wild outside. Povich starting the home opener. I'm so happy for him. Here's a ground ball to third, and there's Machine. That ball ate him up. And, folks, that's what I'm talking about. That's why and that's as good of a hitter as Machine is, unless you just want to use him as a DH and say, sorry, Ryan O'Hearn, you got to sit or something. Then I just don't think you can depend on his defense. At least in comparison to a guy like Levon Soto. I think Soto makes this team, at least for the few days Gunnar Henderson's on the injured list. I just hope we have a way of keeping Machine in the minors. I honestly don't know what the contract status is for him. Was he a non-roster invitee? Is he on the 40-man? I don't know. I'd love to keep this guy around, though. Maybe work on his defense, because he can certainly hit. Pitch from Bowman is off the plate outside. Where the hell are we, man? I am so lost. There's 2 out, and it's a 1-1 count with a runner at first base. There you go. Pitch. Come on, Blue. That hit the outside corner. Yeah, I get to play this for the first time today.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Great, and now I'm getting blocked by the view right before the final out of the game. Here's a ground ball to second base. Over to first, in time, and that will end the game. This one is going to end in a draw, folks. Final score, Orioles 5, Atlanta 5. This game had a little bit of everything. Let's talk about it. First of all, Charlie Morton made the start, and his appearance was a little bit concerning. He had a really bad second inning where he gave up 4 straight hits. All 4 balls hit pretty hard, and that put 3 runs on the board, and that was right after we had taken a 2-0 lead. So probably a forgettable day for him, and hopefully not something that we often see in the regular season. Dean Kramer, though, gave us something to be, I think, pretty excited about. At the end of the day, it wasn't exactly a legendary performance. 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs given up with 4 hits and a walk. That's pretty, you know, that's a solid outing. But what really stands out, the 10 strikeouts in those 5 1/3 innings. So 16 outs, 10 of them via the strikeout. The Mountain came on and got a couple of outs, both of them via the strikeout. He did give up a walk, but the important thing is that it's been made official. Felix Bautista will be on the opening day roster. We won't see him pitch tomorrow, so next time you see him, it's going to be when it counts. Matt Bowman, with the final inning of work, gave up a couple of hits, but did not give up a run. He ends his spring with a 5.19 ERA, and there's a chance that he makes this team in relief. In terms of the hitters, Colton Cowser went 0 for 3, but he leaves Florida with a 364 average. Ramon Laureano had a couple at bats in his place, and his average for the spring is dipped below the Mendoza line at a $194. Adley Rutschman with a hit to the opposite field off Spencer Strider early in the ball game. He's hitting 357. Gary Sanchez continues to scuffle, 0 for 2, hitting 139. Ryan O'Hearn with a base hit. His average is starting to climb. It's at 233. He had an RBI. Mountie with a base hit. His average at 302 on the spring. Tyler O'Neill with another hit. He laced that double, I believe. Scored a run, hitting 310 on the spring. Ced Mullins, yikes. The only average on the team worse than Sanchez. Now hitting 136 after an 0 for 3. Kjerstad came on for 1 at-bat, hitting 209 after an 0 for 1. Ramon Arias, who with the loss of Gunnar Henderson to begin the year, will probably be in the starting lineup for the first 4 games or so. Well, he did probably the most exciting thing you can do, which is to hit a 2-run homer off a guy like Spencer Strider. He's hitting 276 on the spring. Jackson Holiday, how about this? 2 for 2 today, an RBI, and his spring average now sits at 333. I'm going to Jackson. Jorge Mateo got in some another game to where he might be ready for opening day, but so far at the plate, he doesn't look ready because it's 0 for 3, and he's now 1 for 11, hitting 091 so far. We got a game coming up tomorrow. Now, we know Gunnar Henderson's not going to be in the lineup. I had that document up where we were looking at the starting lineup that I would have predicted without Gunnar. I think we need to do that again. Let me take a look at one other thing here first, though. I'm going to go to MLB.com and see if they've got the pitching matchups for the Toronto series ready to go already. I got to skip ahead a little bit here. Okay, so there it is. Eflin versus Barrios on Thursday. On Friday, all right, there you go. As I would have assumed, Kevin Gossman will be on the mound for Toronto in Game 2 with Charlie Morton for us. Friday the 28th. Not sure if we're going to get any more beyond that. Oh, they've got Max Scherzer announced as the Game 3 starter. So that's the choice we have to make. Do we want Dean Kramer against Max Scherzer, or do we want Tomoyuki Sagano? I think just for the sake of drama, the veteran Sagano going up against Max Scherzer, Sagano making his major league debut. The guy's got some pretty nice credentials pitching in Japan, going up against a future Hall of Famer. That would be my preference, even though maybe Kramer might be the better choice. I want the drama, but yeah, Max Scherzer pitches Game 3, and Chris Bassett will pitch Game 4 for Toronto. So there you go. We know exactly who we will be facing. All right-handers, by the way. So the likes of Ramon Laureano, Gary Sanchez, you might not see much of them. You'll probably see Gary in one of the games. They're probably not going to start Adley at catcher 4 straight games. So give Gary one start, but I don't see Laureano making the lineup. Hopefully in those 4 games, maybe give Mullins 2 starts and Kjerstad 2 starts. And then everybody else going to be playing every day. All right. I think that's going to do it, folks. 3 a.m. hour is upon us. Don't they say the 3 a.m. hour is like the witch's hour or something? Doesn't like the worst things happen right at 3 a.m.? Maybe I should sign off. Rock Kabatko tweets out, "That's it for Florida. Game finishes 5-5. That's it, folks. The Orioles had their bags packed already before this game from Sarasota at the Ed Smith Stadium. Like all the equipment, everything loaded up on buses. They drove it here to play the Braves, and as soon as they get on the bus, they are heading to D.C. They are on their way to D.C. as we speak, folks. That much closer to Baltimore. I'm so excited. A new season is about to start. And yes, there are things to worry about. Yes, question marks are there, but when the hell are they not? Come on, people. This is a team that's averaged 96 wins the last 2 seasons. Got some great young talent that look like they're going to take another step farther into their progression. I know the pitching could be, a little more impressive in terms of the talent we have. But, we've got some veterans. You know what? I'm telling you right now, when Kyle Gibson and Charlie Morton, when these guys are going to be there, they're going to bring an X factor that goes beyond just performance on the mound. You got to remember Kyle Gibson was a part of a team that won 101 games for us. I'm not saying he was Corbin Burns for us, but I am saying he made every start, and you can't take that away from a guy who pitched on a team that won 101 games, the best team we've put out in the field in 40-something years. And everybody who talks about him says he's a great clubhouse guy. So whatever he does for us on paper, it might not be all that impressive. If his ERA, as long as it stays below 4.5, I'll be fine with whatever else he can do to contribute to this team, because I know beyond what he does on the mound, it's going to be a positive effect for the team. You guys, again, just think back to the swagger the Orioles had in 2023. There was swagger there. that was missing last season. Do you remember it? I do. That 2023 team had Bautista. 2024 team did not. That team had Kyle Gibson. Last year, did not. So, let's think about this, people. I'm going to call it right now. We're going to hit we're going to hit our average. 96 wins for this Orioles team this year. 96 wins for the Baltimore Orioles. 96 and 66, 30 games over 500. We win the division. We get a bye. And we finally win the first goddamn playoff series since I don't know when the hell. All right? That's what's happening. That's the news. I hope you're okay with that. I hope that sits well with you. All right? All right. It's been fun. The hat says hello. We'll be back again in about 21 hours. So come on back. We're playing our neighbors to the south. D.C., by the way. I'm a dual citizen. Lived in D.C., worked in D.C. My boy David in France. We lived together in D.C. for a bit. So, very happy to watch a game from Nationals Park between these two teams. I'm sure they'll be wearing their, regular season looking uniforms. It's going to look like a real game. Should be fun. All right, so come on back. 1 o'clock tomorrow, Eastern. And grab a sixer. Whatever you got to do. It's a Monday game. That's right. So you're gonna have to skip work for this. All right? Just tell your boss or whatever, be like, look, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to work so hard that it's going to make up for the entire week. But Monday and then Thursday, on opening, just count me out, all right? But I'm going to take care of you on Tuesday and Wednesday, folks. That's what you got to do at work. If you got a supervisor, a boss, somebody, keeping you in check, just let them know the deal. This is important stuff, all right? All right, that's it for me, folks. Have a good rest of your Sunday. I know I will. This has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. See ya tomorrow, everybody.